Brianna, have you thought of your video idea yet?
Oh crap, I totally forgot. Do you want to do like burlesque or something?
No, I think there's another group that's already doing that. What about like history of naturalism or something?
That sounds boring. I want to do a biography like Einstein or someone.
Einstein, he has like nothing to do with no, never mind. A biography is boring. I don't want to follow like one old white guy. Why don't we follow like a play or a story or something like that?
Wait, I have an idea.
Welcome to
The biography
of
a Doll's House. A Doll's House was born in 1879 at the Copenhagen Royal Theatre Hospital.
I don't know if this is gonna work.
Just go with it.
Her father was born in Norway. His name was Henrik Ibsen, and he was known as the father of modern theater. He was born on March 20th, 1828, and her younger sister, Hedda Gabler, you may know her. She's another popular member of the Ibsen family, born in 1890.
Ibsen said he wanted to raise a doll's house to be someone who would show the world that a woman cannot be herself in modern society. He thought society was an exclusively male society, with laws made by men and with prosecutors and judges who assessed feminine conduct from a masculine standpoint. And he wanted his child to help fight that grim reality.
And fight it she did, baked into her very bones. Her DNA tells a story of a wife who was treated like an object in her marriage. Her whole life she was treated like a doll by her father, and now by her husband, who has simply moved her into his dollhouse. Nothing has changed, and she feels trapped. The story promotes a woman's right to think what she wants to think.
And let me tell you, our doll's house was an absolute trendsetter. All the cool kids wanted to hop on the realism train with her, and she was essentially loved by all from the very beginning.
Well, not the very beginning. Remember, like any good trendsetter, her message and style wasn't immediately adopted by all, remember?
Right, but I mean, it wasn't that bad.
When she was just a 1-year-old, she went to Germany and people saw her too disruptive. So they tried to change who she was at her very core. They tried to rewrite her DNA. They changed her story to be endorsing the gross mistreatment of women. And then when she was 5, she was banned from London, and she wasn't even allowed into places like the US until she was in her tweens.
But eventually people saw her true value.
That's certainly true. Eventually, people hopped on board of her wave of change.
Right. She was a trendsetter, popularizing realism, which would be the hot trend for a whole generation to come.
From her birth in the 1870s through the 20th century, realism was all anyone could talk about. It's the style of making every element of a play.
Person's personality appear to reflect reality. It's all about being real, y'all.
Right. Every element of her play, of her story, from the way her characters talked to the way her set was designed, modeled real life.
Even how middle-class marriages are trash.
Whoa.
Did I stutter? Our girl called out the middle-class audiences by showing them what was really happening behind closed doors in their own homes.
She was also influential in first-wave feminism in Europe. She was influential there even though her father didn't consider himself or his offspring inherently feminist.
You might say she took on a life of her own.
You might say that.
And as time passed, she only grew more and more beloved as she reimagined herself all over the world.
She spent some time in Hollywood in 1959 filming one movie, but then they loved her so much that she made 2 more films, both released in 1973 with 2 different directors. Busy gal.
From 2003 to 2011, she was on a world tour with Mabou Mines Theater Company, where she was reimagined so that all of her male roles were played by little people, putting the power imbalance between her, men and women, front and center.
And even now, just after her 144th birthday, she is still going strong with a run on Broadway now through June 10th with Jessica Chastain and Hamilton's Okiriete Onauduan.
It's clear that this girl made waves that we still feel today, between the uplifting of female voices,
the lasting popularity of realism,
and the relevance her story still has today in today's theater scene.
A Doll's House has certainly gone down as one of the greats.
I think that worked pretty well, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. Now we just have to edit that. That would be the final cut, right?
No, definitely not.